right?
I mean, it has advanced. It's not, I don't feel like 15 years ago was as advanced as it is now to be doing what they were still doing. You know what I mean? On people, like putting that responsibility on people. But yes, as technology progresses, jobs are going to be easier and easier to do with one person. But you know what I mean? But it's still hard.
Yeah, so they've basically replaced the amount of people with technology.
Exactly.
So number one problem of the American dream is that jobs are going away
And being
replaced by technology. But it's up to you to realize that that's coming and to adapt yourself.
And educate yourself and get the knowledge you need. All those people that put on their resume that they know Excel and lied, y'all better start learning. I'm one of them. I'm just kidding.
Girl,
here's my Excel spreadsheet, boy.
You say, hey, do the spreadsheet for me.
I need help.
I'm like, I don't even work for this company.
No, but to be honest and to be fair, they have those spreadsheets already made for you. Like, all you have to do is plug the numbers in. Normally, like, jobs already have the templates. So unless you're creating them from scratch, which how many times do people? I mean, I don't know. Never mind. I'm not going to speak about that. But
I mean, you try not to create anything from scratch. You try to find one that's already made.
Yeah, a template.
And copy and paste it.
But that wasn't the whole point. I'm sorry. But I was just saying, like, get up on your technology because...
Well, that's a point, right?
What?
Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. So if you can find something that's already made that'll work...
Look, I've already talked about this.
There's nothing wrong with using it.
I've already talked about this. I'm all for a robot army. Like... I'm all for hiring robots to replace people to a certain extent.
Well, so there may be a big...
Thank you. I had to wet my whistle. Go ahead.
There may be a big surge in jobs that you have to maintain the artificial intelligence, right? Or maintain the self-checkout counter, or, whatever.
They already started doing that already.
So...
I mean, Dollar General just added them.
Self-checkout?
Yeah, Dollar General has a self-checkout. Okay. Two of them. And then there's another place that I was like, what? How do you even have a self-checkout? It was somewhere that you dropped me off at this past weekend. Mm-hmm. They just added a...
Food Line?
No. It was weird. I have to remember because I'm like, when did they get a self-checkout? And I refused to use it.
Right.
Because it was brand new and I waited on that long line just like everybody else because everybody else was like, no, they're not using it either. I don't know where it was, but it was like a place that you would not expect them to have one of those.
That I dropped you off at?
And waited in the car. Where did we go? Was it a gas station? Did we go into a gas station? It was a gas station, I think.
Okay.
It was weird. I've never seen that before in my life.
I don't know.
I'll have to figure it out. I'll have to retrace my steps. And where did we go from?
So the American dream is going to adapt.
Oh, yeah.
To its new situation. New situation is going to be filled with technology. So you as a worker have to increase your knowledge of technology.
So you become more valuable and knowledgeable.
Which is why colleges are not necessarily the best things for you, because they're not keeping up with the technology. The technology is moving too fast for college.
I mean, yeah.
What you learned in 4 years is completely outdated.
I mean, by
the time you get in the workforce.
We were still using books from 1990.
Yeah.
I mean, thankfully, because those books were cheap, but in comparison to the new books, but like we weren't learning anything new.
Yeah.
You know?
So the American dream also starts with housing.
And that's a big problem
So
right now.
what's a huge issue right now?
People can't find places to live, supposedly.
So people that are in housing aren't being evicted for not paying, right? So that's
in certain areas.
So that's hurting the investor, right? And then you got people that aren't paying their mortgage that can't be foreclosed upon.
That's true.
So that's hurting the bank. Right?
Yep.
You know, to no fault of those, maybe to no fault of those, you know,
people, but
those people, it's just the reality of the situation.
And that's how they set it up. The government set it up. So.
Right. So right now, the people that can buy that have done well during the pandemic,
there's nowhere for them to buy.
There's very few properties for them to buy.
So last year, right before the pandemic, I remember even probably during the pandemic, you do a search on realtor.com. There were like hundreds of houses available.
Right.
Hundreds. And just in a small area, we're in Morehead. Yeah. So just in our small little area, hundreds of houses. Look today, 10. If that. Barely. And they're all pending.
And then, I'm about to say 80% or 90% will already be pending.
Yeah, it's wild. So like, that's the same situation in Raleigh. Like I looked at Raleigh, just in like a small area. They had maybe 10 houses. They had thousands, not even hundreds. They had thousands available a year and a half ago.
Right.
Now there's like 12. And it's like, and they're going fast. Like I did a walk around the neighborhood and I saw this cute house and I was like, oh, that's such a cute house. And I had done a walk on Friday afternoon. There was no for sale sign.
Wow.
I promise you, because I would have sent you that picture and I walked the same direction. So Monday I did my walk again and there was a for sale sign, no pending sign. I sent it to Nate. He looks on the internet and it's already pending. And he's like, you got to be quick. And I'm like, literally, it was 3 days ago. Like it literally got posted 3 days ago. So it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it was today's the 4th day, Monday. Like that's crazy.
So what's the solution to the housing problem?
I mean, the solution is apparently building more housing because that's what they're doing around here.
Right.
But what do you think it is?
So the multifamily section of real estate investors, they all think it's going to be apartments.
Oh, that's what's going up here.
Yeah. So you're running out of space. You're running out of, places to build. So you're going to have to build apartments.
Mm-hmm. Right. And they'll find people to buy those too. Like Gen
condos, townhouses.
Gen Zs and like younger generation and even kind of close to our generation, they don't want to be responsible to cut grass and
do maintenance.
So that's the route that they're going. The less work as possible.
They're more in
the better.
They're more in tech careers.
Right. That don't teach them how to use their hands.
Right.
So basically you need to be well-rounded. Like you can't just, you know what I mean? That's what we try. I think we're kind of really good at that.
Well, I think that's what you were really scared about when we bought our house is that maybe you didn't realize that I had worked with my hands before.
That I did not realize?
Yeah.
But I also did realize that there was a lot of things you didn't know how to do and had never done before either.
Yeah.
So I expected you to know. I don't know, like, we've had this conversation before.
Have we?
Yeah, I think that, like, I just kind of, when I bought this house and things happened, like, I expected you to just know how to do everything, and that was unfair. So I had created this high expectation of you in my mind, like, just assumed that you knew what you were doing all the time, and you really didn't know all the time.
Right.
So once I realized like that's an unfair expectation to put on you, then I was a little bit more relieved, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, for example, I never had put down vinyl flooring before.
But I just expected you to know how to do it.
Right.
And take charge of the situation and direct me, but see, that was unfair of me to do because you had never done it.
I definitely wish I had the professional cutting tool.
Lord. You didn't
Instead of
even
having
need a
to use a
professional.
saw.
You didn't even need that. Your dad was cutting with a pocket knife or razor blade.
Yeah, my dad could cut it very easily with a razor blade.
Right.
Me, on the other hand, that razor blade cut was like, you know, so he could cut a straight line, no problem.
That's what I'm saying. It was, but anyways, that wasn't the point.
But that's a
I'm
difference
sorry.
in skills, right?
Yeah, yeah.